VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for.
Steve, there's a reason you've not been invited on the Christmas do. Last year, you tried fingering Big Betty from accounts. She's a pensioner, for Christ's sake. Chicken and chips while I watch Netflix. Beavers on a dam. This is VanCam. In fact, it's the Man United VanCam. That's what it's all about. I am Kev Ashford. Welcome to all the new subscribers that have subscribed. The big news, obviously, this week was that Jose Mourinho was sacked from Manchester United, and in true VanCam style, I always say I'm well ahead of the game. Well, I was this week, because as I Love This Game told me on YouTube, he said apparently I was the first Man United related YouTube channel to actually go live. Yes, live. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it. But when I heard the news, I was obviously driving along, I pulled over, I thought, need to take a bit of a break here. Is it true or what? Checked the phone and I thought, sod it. I'm going live for the first time ever. Obviously, these are all pre-records, but I went out live. There was 200 and odd people watching, people commenting. I've got a few people I want to thank very quickly before I get into discussing it. Adrian Smith was the big one. Now, didn't even leave a comment and just dropped 20 quid in. We still don't know whether he's meant to put £2 in or he's made a big mistake, but thank you very much. Beer tokens in the pot. Gungshi also put in 500 NT dollars. Still need to work that one out on the old converter. Mark G and James Arnold, really appreciate it. Thank you very all. Have a good Christmas. And to everyone, not just the ones that made the beer token donations, but yes, Jose Mourinho has finally left United, and I know a lot of people in the comment section will be delighted by this. And in fact, the live video that I did, a lot of people said Christmas has come early. Now, I wasn't one of these that was, you know, sort of pushing Jose out the door. I tend to go on Gary Neville's side of thinking that these problems at United are much bigger than just Jose Mourinho. Now, it remains to be seen. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got the caretaker role till the end of the season. For me, I think it's huge pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to come in. I think people are going to expect far too much of him. I think everybody against Cardiff now will be expecting, you know, proper out-and-out attacking football. At the end of the day, these players, still the same players. He's not signed anyone. Nothing's changed on that. But a change of manager could inspire the players. Will Pogba get the kick up, you know, the arse that he needs? Lukaku. It's a nice thought, isn't it, getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in? If anything, it seems like a bit of a safe one from the club and Ed Woodward. Some people going, Ed Woodward's played a blinder here. You think about this, man. Was it for football reasons? If you look back, the other day when United sacked Mourinho, United's share price had dropped. On announcing that Mourinho had been sacked, share price went up and it added 170 million onto the price of Man United. So, business decision or football decision? We all know Ed Woodward is an absolute dick. He's a money man, he's not a football man. And obviously the footballer director role at United needs to be addressed as well moving forward. But in the summer, who do you think United are going to go for? The front runner is Pochettino from Tottenham, which I would really like to see. Apparently United are going to have to pay about 40 million to Tottenham to get him. Just do it, you shower of bastards. Go out and do it. You spent 50 million on Fred, who just sits on the bench scratching his ass. So why not spend 40 million on what is one of the most important, you know, factors of a football club? The manager, the coach, the man that makes the decisions, makes players better, trains them. You know, and Pochettino's done brilliant at Southampton. He's took Tottenham to another level. It remains to be seen, would Pochettino want the job? You know, Tottenham are going to be moving into their new stadium. He's building all that. But deep down, come on, and I'm not just being arrogant, if Pochettino knew there was a chance of getting the job at Old Trafford, United in terms of, you know, size and stature, history compared to Tottenham, we're on another planet, man. So, yeah, it did sound arrogant, that, but I think Pochettino would take the bait. If United have got to pay 40 million, do it. That's what I'm saying. While I was talking pure shite then, at the bottom of the screen you will have seen everything that's coming up this week. We've got Fellaini Watch, big VanCam debate, cockstroker of the week. all the usual shit, and we'll end with your comments. Again, for the comment section, get in it. The super chat will be open. It's Friday night. Let's all go chicken oriental. If you're not down with that kind of lingo, it means mental, yeah? So let me know your thoughts. Are you happy that Solskjaer's taken the reins until the end of the season? Or are you actually thinking, you know, bit inexperienced, you know, didn't really do that well at Cardiff, you know, what can he do? If anything, the fans are going to love it, but can he get them players playing like we know they should be? Surely he can't be any worse than Jose Mourinho. I can't imagine for 1 minute he's going to go in and, you know, make players feel unwelcome and, you know, talk them down in front of the media and stuff. So it'll be refreshing to have that. But what I will say to Mourinho anyway, thanks for the memories. You know what I mean? He completed United's trophy cabinet by bringing home the Europa League, obviously won the EFL Cup as well. And it just didn't work out for him, did it? But again, I say United's problems are bigger than that. This week will be a big test because if, and it is a big if, Man United can get a win, a convincing win, and we start seeing these players starting to play again in when he got sacked from Chelsea the game after, Chelsea went on and won 3-0 and all them players looked totally different. If anything, the fans were getting onto Fabregas, getting onto Hazard, basically saying you got Mourinho the sack. I see the same thing here, players like Pogba and that, which I'll get into later on in the show. Anyway, we did get beaten by Liverpool, but let's not discuss that. Why should we? There's bigger news, man. Mourinho's been sacked. Probably that they did us a favour, in fact, if you want to look at it like that. Yeah, we got absolutely dicked by Liverpool, outplayed, outfought. It was totally embarrassing. And now we move on to the next chapter. But, oh, did something happen in that match against Liverpool at Anfield? I think it did. Let's do the first segment of the show, which is Fellaini Watch. Some say that if you thrown him into a bucket full of nipples, he'd come out sucking his thumb. All that we know is, he's called Fellaini. Great ball in, here's a big man! You bushy-haired tit! Okay, so this is Fellaini Watch. It is the last proper Fellaini Watch of 2018. Has he done anything? Of course he's done something, and you know what is coming. It was against Liverpool. And as the ball drops in the box, Marouane's made a bit of space, and Kev sat there getting excited. I'm thinking, Marouane, make a name for yourself. You could be written into folklore. There'll be songs sung about you for the history of United. If you can come up with a good day, sunshine, just put your foot through it. Get it on target at least. What does he do? He hit the steward that was sat near the corner flag, for Christ's sake. The corner flag! Oh, Marouane Fellaini. And how is this former bushy-haired dickhead still getting game time? How did he get a contract extension? For the love of Fellaini Watch, I just don't get it at all. It really, really gets on me. Do you know what? I wasn't even pissed off when it happened. I had the displeasure of watching it with my father-in-law, who's over from Ireland. He's a Liverpool fan. The two of us laughed. I didn't even know he'd knocked a steward over, because as he shot, and we both started laughing. That's what it's come to, man. It's comical. That's what he is. And one more for Fellaini Watch this week. I was on my Christmas do last Friday. I know I keep going on about it. I had a great old time. Anyway, one of the lads in the office calls me over, Dave Curran, says, Kev, come here, mate. Have you seen this? He's got his phone out. I said, what is it, mate? He said, have you got Fellaini Watch sorted for this week? I said, no, why? He said, I've got something for you might be able to use. He said, a friend of mine sent me this. This was his view at Old Trafford. Have you ever heard of a restricted view? It's parts of some old football ground. You'd either have a pillar in your way, you know, something along the lines of that, where it was a restricted view. There's parts of the pitch or something, or the goals that you couldn't see. It was shit. But imagine being sat behind Marouane Fellaini, the former bushy haired, when he had the bush. Imagine that. Well, he brought this to me and said, Kev, you can use it, so I'm going to use it. Check this shit out. unbelievable, man. Imagine Fellaini being sat in front of me at the match. Do you know what I'd say, mate, that is just so inconsiderate. Having that big bushy hair. I know he's shaved it now, but for the person that was sat behind him, how inconsiderate and low can you get? A big bushy head, useless bastard on the former man. But yeah, imagine being sat behind that. So Dave, I said I'd use that for Fellaini Watch, and that is a wrap on the former bushy head tit. That's Fellaini Watch. The man, the myth, the complete and utter legend. That was Fellaini Watch. Some people say to me, I was out the other week for my Christmas do, I keep mentioning that, but I had a great old time. Anyways, the lad said, Kev, you know, do you ever struggle to get material for Fellaini Watch? I said, no. I said, he always comes up with the goods. He's the gift that keeps on giving. And this week, it was no exception. I mean, he nearly hit the corner flag, for Christ's sake. And that was a shot which should have been on target. I mean, for Christ's sake. Anyway, Fellaini, the gift that keeps on giving, will he continue to give now that Ole Solskjaer's in charge? Solskjaer will come in and go, oh, who's this big lump? This big useless bellend? You know, and then he might not get game time. But Solskjaer has said that everybody will get a chance, so expect to see him over Christmas at some stage. But regardless of his on-the-field shittery, he'll still do something on social media, which I'll leap on. Like a leopard on, you know, one of them gazelles. Next up, we are going to do the big VanCam debate. Make sure you get involved. It's your chance to cast your vote, and I'll explain a little bit more in the next bit, which is the big VanCam debate.
The big VanCam debate!
What is this shit? What the fuck? This is the big VanCam debate. My voice is still a bit rusty, and my works due was what, a week ago. Just goes to show how much partying hard can affect Kev. But anyway, the big VanCam debate last week, it wasn't last week, I tell a lie, it was the week before that, but the last VanCam, it was on who would you rather sell, Lukaku or Pogba. I give you a choice, one or the other. Obviously there's no sitting on the fence. It was, if you had the choice, which one would you get rid of? I can now bring to you the result of that poll, and I can tell you that 84%. This was a landslide, man. It wasn't even close. 84% of the VanCam community said that they would prefer to sell Lukaku. Yeah, now, I was really surprised by this, but then I suppose when you think about it, now that Mourinho's gone, you know, can we get a tune out of Pogba? The way that Lukaku's been running, I know he's got size 22 feet or whatever, them big clown boots, but he does seem to struggle to get round the pitch and stuff, but that's what you lot think. 84% said they'd rather get rid of Lukaku. This one, or this week, it has to be on Mourinho and the big news that broke about him leaving Manchester United. I don't know why I'm doing that. Why? Yeah. Anyway, it's on Mourinho, and no, it's not on Mourinho. It's to do with Mourinho. What I'm actually trying to say is, now that Mourinho's gone, yes, I suppose it is on Mourinho, do you think that regardless of who we bring in or what happens, you know, we could have brought somebody in by the time this video's done or whatever, do you think United will finish top 4? Yeah? Now, I think I'd have asked you this last week when Mourinho was in charge. I think a lot of people would have said, Kev, what are you smoking? Stay off the crack and all that. Crack is whack. I'd say, yeah. But now that he's gone, do you think that the club will be rejuvenated? Yeah, players playing for the shirt and the fans, which it should have been doing anyway. Shower of bastards. But do you think Man United now will make top 4? It's going to be one hell of an end to the season. And if they do it, they're going to have to basically go on a mad winning streak. But anything is possible. Or what do you think? You can cast your vote up here. There's a little eye. And as I say every week, there is no sitting up on the fence. It's a simple yes or a no. Nobody likes somebody who sits up on the fence. It's dangerous up there. And people, especially school kids and that, if they come past, they'll laugh and go, ha. Yeah, and who wants that? Do you know what I mean? Right, get casting your vote and I'll bring you the poll next week. The result of it, I mean, next week.
The big VanCam debate!
No, Steve. that was the big VanCam debate. Make sure you register your vote. Click on the eye up here, get involved, and in the next VanCam, I will let you know the result of that poll. Yeah, it's a piece of piss, man. It's simple. Next, we're going to do a thing that all the VanCam community will know as Cockstroker of the Week. If you haven't worked out exactly what it means yet, let's run down and find out this week who's took home the award for Cockstroker of the Week. Oh yeah!
The Cockstroker of the Week.
Okie dokie, this is Cockstroker of the Week. Now, I did have a top 3, but you know what? I'm just going to abolish all that because one person blew it all out of the water this week, and it's with comments regarding Jose Mourinho. Now, it is being reported, and I say reported allegedly because it is a newspaper story, but let me roll with it and you'll probably think to yourself, do you know what? Yeah, he probably did say that. It is Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is the Cockstroker of the Week. Apparently on hearing the news that Jose Mourinho had been sacked, Paul Pogba screamed, shouted, jumped in the air for joy and shouted, he fucked with the wrong baller. Now, when I first heard it, I thought, do you know what? Yeah, Paul Pogba would have said that. You can imagine he's the kind of dickhead that actually refers to himself as a baller. Do you know what I mean? So, Paul Pogba, have a bit of respect, man. You know, regardless of what Mourinho did, said, all the bad blood, he's gone now. He's in the past and you're still at the club. So yeah, you won your little battle or whatever, but don't be spouting that kind of shit. And 13 seconds after announcing that Mourinho had been sacked, Pogba posted this picture and basically said, caption this, to which Gary Neville actually said, you can do one as well. What an absolute dick. And then he deletes it and says that it was Adidas or whatever, it was a scheduled tweet. I'm not digging that. He knows exactly what he's at. I wouldn't be surprised if his first training session he's trying to get a selfie with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, to put on his Instagram. These footballers, and especially Pogba, need to just think. Think before you tweet. And for that reason, Paul Pogba, you are the Cockstroker of the Week. Thank you.
Cockstroker of the Week.
Nice one, top one, sorted. That was the big VanCam debate. Make sure you get involved in that. And let me know if you agree that of what I think, that Paul Pogba is a complete and utter twat for what he did, if it is true that he leapt about and said he fucked with the wrong baller. You know, down with that kind of shit. I tell you something, mate, you better get your arse in gear against Cardiff. I want to see a rapid improvement, because if you've hounded Mourinho out the door, and if that was the problem, then you need to step up. I've got no problem with footballers doing all this shit on social media and that, as long as they back it up on the pitch. You get the impression Pogba sort of swans around Old Trafford, you know, I'm top dog. Yeah, what have you done in a United shirt? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, the end of the show is here. It's time for your comments. I've picked out a few because I don't want to bore you too much. Not that I'm saying you lot are boring, but obviously the amount of messages I get, I could roll and just do a full show called your comments. Yeah. So first in, John Valindingham. I'm not worthy. We're not worthy, Valindingham. He is an absolute legend. He said, this was on the live, the first ever live VanCam when Kev broke the news. I didn't really break it. I just listened to the radio and then said what they'd said. But he said, thank you, Kevin. You are the legend. No, you are, John. An early Christmas present. Christmas and birthday present Thursday. It's his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Valindingham. He's been so depressed, but now there is hope. Great show, but I missed it live again. That's with the time difference and that, innit? Friday, I'm gluing myself to the computer. Long live VanCam. If you are watching it now, while the live premiere goes out, have a great Christmas, Valindingham. Veronica, your daughter, as well. Here's a picture of her while the Arsenal match was on in the VanCam t-shirt. Loving that as well. Warren Storr said, Kev for manager, simple as. Well, I was waiting there all day when the news broke that Mourinho had exited Manchester United. And surprisingly, I mean, to my surprise, I'm constantly checking the phone. Never rang. Google said Jose is the tip of the iceberg. Totally agree with this comment. If we're being honest, half the players aren't good enough. The recruitment, development, scouting and coaching structure is poor. The financial ownership, management of the club is poor. I think the coach is just the eye of the storm at United. Let's hope a proper rethink of the club running happens, because this cuts deeper. A man after my own heart. Could be a woman, actually. She's after my heart as well, eh? On a serious note, though, Man United's problems run deeper than just getting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, who is a legend, scored the most memorable goal probably in United's history in the Champions League final 99 and the Camp Nou. It does run deeper, but I mean, we're clinging on to this hope that he's going to come in and install some confidence, attacking football. That's what we all want to see. Boy, we get dicked 4-3 by, you know, Cardiff. Will everybody be happy with that? Will you be able to say, well, Solskjaer's coming, at least he's attacking? It's a fine line, isn't it? It's a balance, but a great comment that. Mark Collins said, love the ending, Kev. Great job. Can we get some of these happening for after the games? Well, I parked this vehicle up now. That is me done to the 7th of January. So I think the only way forward will be to do some live videos. It might be from the house. I'm obviously going to the matches over Christmas, so I'll hopefully do something there. But I think the thing that surprised me was I've always sort of swayed away from doing live videos. But I think the reaction to the Mourinho sacking one, it was something I felt I had to do because I was sort of in shock. If you watch the video back, I am kind of a bit nervous as well. I'll say that. I know people will be like... David Conreen was in the comments, said you're a natural. It is quite thingy doing a live video, but the great thing was the comments that were flying through. It gives you something to feed off. So I managed to do 15 minutes talking complete and utter shite, but the comments sort of help you along because you can go off them. So it's definitely something I am going to do over Christmas. So make sure the notifications and all that are turned on. Otherwise, you're just not going to see it. Mark Q, 1976, regarding that live VanCam video, said, lols, which means laugh out loud, or like loads of, yeah. Said, Kev with no makeup. You cheeky bastard. Kev don't wear makeup, man. Cheeky bastard. Proper fuming at this one. What? He thinks because I got caught off guard because I did a live video that usually on a Friday when I'm doing VanCam I get all spruced up like one of them dickheads in the Sky Sports studio. Jamie Redknapp and all that. You cheeky bastard. Went a bit sheepish then, didn't I? Fuck. Blood ran to my head. Mark Collins said, Kevin Ashford raw, loving it, just as good as a weekly show, mate. And that was a running theme. That's why I'm saying I might as well now take the plunge. 2-footed challenges. I'm talking Roy Keane on Haaland. Just get straight in there, no fucking about. And I will do it, yeah. John Jake Click said, I hope the VanCams aren't getting too tiring. No, it's a lot of energy and all that. Listening to the other pundits, going from VanCam to the others is like going from the Fergie era to the Van Gaal era. How sad is that? It's not sad. You're basically saying that, you know, forget the rest. VanCam is the best. That's what you're saying, Sunshine. Don't put yourself down. And we end with David Conreen, the Wivenshaw Waver. I always get that wrong, don't I? He's not the Wivenshaw Waver. He's the Wivenshaw Raver. He basically come in. Where are you now, Sunshine? Corker, this one. Loved it. It's actually from May, but I only just got back through my email backlog. Get loads of emails. People like, Kev, you're great. Kev, best thing on YouTube. I don't let it go to the head. Anyway, he said, my mate Andy tweeted this out today. It's basically a picture from, I think it was United Wimbledon. Andy Mitten from United We Stand, top fanzine. And it's basically a picture, and in the background, it was the game, everybody will remember it because it's the one where Eric Cantona sort of feared for his life for a minute. Basically, people were trying to rip the shirt off his back. I think they did as well. But imagine to my surprise when Conreen is actually in the background. Look at him, man. He looks like he's just got back from a weekend at Glastonbury. Hippie shit. What's that headscarf all about? Or is it a bandana because it was in the 90s? I don't know, but I absolutely love that. And I'm sure if that was me, that's on a canvas on the wall in the house. Conreen, it's over to you now to get into the live super chat and tell everyone if you have got that on your wall. Right, that is it. I'm wrapping up. Mark Q, you cheeky bastard. Makeup. I look like I need makeup, mate. Thank you very much for everybody that's watched this shit. religiously, because there's loads of you out there. Somebody did say once, you've got the most loyal fan base. I say fan base, loyal viewers that watch VanCam, and it does seem to be that way. Yeah, it's picking up slowly, but that's the way I want to do it. You know, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Yeah, and it's like Man United, innit? Somebody once told me, I think it was at football or something, you know, go hard or go home. In fact, I think that was Thailand in that brass gaff. But anyway, I mean, it still works as an analogy. Anyway, you know what I mean. Go hard. Go. I don't know where I'm going with this one. I've got a little idea. I'm thinking that VanCam, or the YouTube channel, I might change the name of it to Manchester is Red. I had a blog called that. I'm thinking if I could do it more Man United related, there'll still be a section of the channel that's VanCam each week, but it gives me a little bit more scope to do other things. Let me know what you think on that, because a lot of people have said you should have United in the title, this, that. Totally agree, I get it, but I'm thinking of changing it to Manchester is Red, because like I say, I previously had that as a blog. All that's left for me to say is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer takes charge of United against Cardiff, against his old club. And how can you not be excited? You know, if this was Mourinho still in charge, I'm sure a lot of us would be going in, you know, not optimistic, because you wouldn't know what the fuck was going to happen. You'd be like, this could be 4-4, we could win 4-0, we could get beat 4-0. Now Solskjaer's in charge. I want to see these players step up now. It really is time. All that's left for me to say to you lot is thank you to everyone who's subscribed every week, who's watched the super chat donations. Adrian Smith is running away with the top leaderboard, one of 20 quid. That's unbelievable. What a nice gesture. It just shows you, it's like you appreciate what I do, yeah, and that is really nice. Have a very, very Merry Christmas and a great 2018. The next VanCam will be back the first, or will it be the second week of January, where I do the actual VanCam show. Until then, there will be videos popping up now and again. Now, I'm not going to put them out and go, join me later on. You know, I'm going to be talking shit about United. It's just basically going to pop up live. It's when I feel like it, yeah? It's on my grounds. This is my channel, bitch! Sorry, I didn't mean that. Call you a bitch. And for United against Cardiff, come on, United! Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from my army!
And it's a world of dread.